Welcome to another episode of Beyond the Trenches presented to you by One Mic Media. We are here today to discuss the NFL Week 8, to give our thoughts and opinions of the week, the recap of the week, as well as give our predictions for the following week. Of course, I cannot do this without the usual suspects, the team from Beyond the Trenches, my guys, starting first off, I'm going to say, my guy, Daryl. What's good, Daryl?
What's good, Mike? Fresh off another Steelers win. We're at our rightful place, top of the North. We're going to talk about it. Feeling good.
The Kings of the North. We will definitely get to that. Next up, we got one who will be back in a second, but got to get all his thoughts and opinions. Especially if the Eagles won this week. My guy, Jordan. What's good, Jordan?
What's good, bro? Feeling good, man. It was a decent win, but,
A decent win.
Yeah.
It was a predictable win to me, but we'll get to that right now. What happened to Toby? Coming back?
What happened? It kicked him out.
He ain't come back in though.
Oh yeah, all right. Yeah. He got to load it back up.
All right, bet. All right. Well, first and foremost, normally we do a fantasy recap. I don't know what happened with you guys. I know I took first place in the league, so I don't know what happened with you guys. But I know I got Jordan this week though, so that should be an easy dub. I should remain in first place after that.
Nah, hold on, bro. Don't do me like that. You know my shit looking all right. You know I'm looking all right.
Yeah, you are. Yeah.
Even with the revamp, I ain't gonna lie. I was just sitting here telling Toby, and I'm gonna confess to the people, I shouldn't have tanked.
Nope.
I shouldn't have tanked.
Nah. I sent you a regular deal though. I can say that shit though. Like,
well, listen, we'll talk about that later.
Yeah, we'll talk about that later. No, never like that. I wasn't trying to rob you neither time. I did a regular deal. Toby was trying to take Bijan for fucking the big message. Like,
I don't know what you're talking about. Like I told Jeff, man, I'm trying to win. Like, what is that? I could get Bijan. My man said he out of here, but Bijan, thank goodness. But it's
I'm trying to get Bijan for a kicker and shit.
I definitely said Wendell his way. Wendell get hella targets and he's doing things out there. Like,
nah,
keep it a beat.
I can't hear Jordan. I got to go off mute.
You was on me.
Yeah, Mike, don't come on. I gave you a good deal.
Me?
Yeah, we had a good deal.
Our deal, it was to me. It was an even deal. Wasn't no robbery in that or whatever like that.
No, I'm just saying. No, right? Yeah, it was a good deal.
It was a good deal. Yeah,
Nah, you getting away with a little bit of robbery,
bro.
Yeah.
Devontae just cooked the other day.
No.
Devontae cook on Sunday.
What you mean?
Devontae didn't just cook on Sunday.
That don't mean shit. I'm saying
Puka could consistently put up top 10 numbers, like unlike Devontae. He can put up like top 20, top 15.
Then you have the both of them.
They're
both gonna have double digits in every game that they play.
You don't know that.
No, I do. That's why you took the trade.
I took it because I wanted to.
You want to win?
I mean, actually, you want to win too.
But I wanted like
all that stuff when I was making my trades, but then
your shit was way worse.
Trade, like, yeah, I seen that.
I gave you a good deal too, Ferguson. Wendell, like the fuck.
Ferguson went down, yeah.
I mean, I just dropped Ferguson. Like you. Matter of fact, you robbed me. Not thinking about it. So.
I robbed you. Yeah, right. I mean, you just got lucky with your tight ends because you picked up Cotton, and then you already had Ferguson, and you got Kincaid, so you got lucky. Now you got more depth with that. But at the time, that was a solid trade.
Yeah, it was good. What happened to you, Darryl, this week? Did you win or lose? What happened to you? You quiet over there.
Took the L. I chose to bench Marvin. That ended up turning back on me, but we good. Once I get my top 3 receivers back, that's when the run starts. So I ain't tripping.
Can't trust the Ohio State receivers, man. But anyway,
whoa.
But yo, Your boy Stroud, man, he ain't cooking like I thought he was. Not to get on top.
He need Nico back. That's all. Once you get Nico back,
line is porcupines.
Yeah, but let's get back into it, man. All right, Monday Night Football, which happens to be the first topic. We talk about the Steelers. Steelers, the kings of the North, as Darryl was just saying. Says number one. Beat up on the Giants for a little bit. Russ still playing good football. I'm gonna start with you, another Steeler fan, Toby. You got to be with Jordan. Toby, what's your thoughts on that?
My thought is I'm happy that we got the W. You know, it was a good game. Russell, we made some good passes. You know, the offense was flowing. We got to the red zone a few times. We didn't get the TDs. That was hurting us. That's a wrinkle in our team. Even when we had Fields, I feel like we was having the same situations. You know, the difference is Fields was sometimes running in. But at the end of the day, when it comes to the points, you know, we're still scoring a good amount of points. Our defense was getting ran on by the Giants. I mean, I don't know if you guys seen that. I brought that up. Y'all talking about, it's one bad game. But guess what, guys? It's the Giants. I think we should be smacking them up.
Yo, Tracy, I know. I'm just saying. So.
Nah, yeah, he's all right because he's doing good for you in fantasy. I don't give a about that. You should be clamping them down. We are supposed to be an elite defense, and it makes me miss the defenses of old ages when we had James Harrison, Lamar Willie, Toy Polamalu. Others, we would just clamp everybody down. But at the end of the day, good win. You know, we're tied up there with the Ravens. Actually, we're leading the division. We're actually leading the division now. And I actually picked us to win the division because I said that we had Russell Wilson, and Justin Fields did a good job. But, you know, you can see that Russell Wilson adds a different dynamic when he passes the ball in this offense. And hopefully, you know, our defense tighten up and we could do some things. But overall, good win. We got the bye week coming up, and hopefully we come out strong because we're going to play tougher teams after that. So,
hey, I'm gonna bring in a non-Steeler fan to have some kind of levity here. Jordan, how you felt about the Steelers Monday Night Football game?
Well, I mean, obviously, you feel me? I expected them to win. You know what I mean? So, I think that like I'm impressed by what Russell Wilson has done. I actually didn't really expect it. So what he's unlocked for them is, I guess, what they thought or what they think Justin Fields can't bring to the table, which, I mean, is it that they are calling more shots with Russell Wilson because they feel more confident? I don't know what it is, but it definitely has them in a better spot offensively. So, you know, as long as the defense is good. If they run for 145 yards, who gives a shit? To be honest, because they didn't score, did they?
They scored some points, but
not
So-
like 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, not when they needed to. I don't give a shit. You can give up 1,000 yards in a game. You know what I'm saying? You get one fucking touchdown, you're gonna lose. So it doesn't matter.
All right, Darryl, your thoughts on the game?
Yeah, for me, I mean, we took care of business, beat a lesser opponent, so no surprise there. It wasn't pretty. I mean, I feel like all our games are just ugly and grinding out wins. If we played to our potential, it definitely would have been a 40-point blowout. The penalties is still a problem with the offense, like even with Fields. It's really the same guy, Broderick Jones again, a holding call, wipes away a touchdown. Like that's been happening all year. George Pickens would have 300 more yards if that wasn't an issue as well. So definitely got to clean that up over the bye week. Russ is still accurate with these deep throws. That unlocks a whole nother level for the offense. Just noticing with Fields, like again, like he was more of a line drive thrower. Like so he had to, the throw had to be like pinpoint accurate. With Russ, he kind of had it's like a trajectory over like Jordan said, moon ball, but it gives the receivers a time to adjust, like George Pickens to adjust to make the catch. And other guys you've seen step up, like Van Jefferson, he scored last week. Calvin Austin, he had a coming out party this week. So all the receivers' numbers are on the rise because of Russ starting. And I just think it's just a combination of the team being confident and also the coaching and play calling being more confident, taking shots down the field with Russ compared to Fields. The defense, I feel like they played well in the beginning of the half, but once we got into the fourth quarter and we got that lead, just playing a bad team with a bye week on the horizon, I feel like they took the foot off the gas, and that's what kind of let the Giants get some good runs in and get a one more score in. But I'm not putting too much stock on that defense on the second half because of what they showed all year. I mean, we're still second in points allowed, and a lot of other categories we top 5 as well in defense. So until they have a more games consecutively where they show what they showed in the second half, then I'll start to get worried. But main thing is they got to clean up the penalties on offense, because after this bye, we got some great teams we got to play, and we can't have that. We can't win against those teams with taking touchdowns off the board. So definitely got to clean that up. We getting some good players after coming back after the bye from injury and suspension as well. And then in TJ Watt, he just another example why I think he's the GOAT. Just whenever we needed a play to happen, he made it. Like after that big run that got the Giants into the end zone, strip sack, fumble to close out the game. Like stuff like that. I don't see another player coming off the edge, sacking, getting the fumble, and sacking, forcing the fumble, and recovering the fumble all in one motion. Like just crazy. Like just when we always need to make a play, when we always need a play, he's there to make it. He's been our MVP since he's been a pro. So no surprise there. Just adding more to that Hall of Fame jacket, really. So like what I saw.
Yeah. I agree. Who do you think better, TJ or JJ had a better career?
TJ. I mean, like it's easy to say. The Giants never had us at any point.
Who told you our Russ was better option? Anyway. Yeah. Joe, hold on. Before I go, Joe, who do you think, TJ or JJ? That's a good question.
Nah, I'm definitely taking JJ Watt. What he did,
it's easy to say JJ now because his career is over. He already got.
Listen, like I listen, you guys, like I play defensive line, whatever, defensive end, Like it's easier for an edge rusher than it is for an interior player to be able to get pressure. So if you do that from the interior, that's why Aaron Donald is so great, because they never saw anybody like him in the interior create the pressure that he did in the way that he did. Like Reggie White did, but Reggie White was a defensive end too. He wasn't an interior defensive tackle, even though he would line up.
You can chip though. You can move a tight end over, which what the Giants should have done, especially on that last play, but they just didn't do it. Like, but you can bring a tight end over to chip.
From an interior player, if you're lined up and you feel me, the A gap for you to be able to get pressure when between the guard and the center, where you're getting that double team, you might get chipped. You feel me? But if you don't get chipped, you're 1-on-1 with that tackle. You feel me? That D tackle is getting double teamed. You feel me? So it's more impressive for those guys that get those sacks on those double teams. Look at Dexter Lawrence. He's big as shit.
He leads the league, don't he?
He leads the league in sacks, and he's like 340 some fucking pounds defensive tackle. That's incredible.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
I feel like more areas of the defensive how you can impact the game other than sacks. TJ is better than anyone else as far as
I feel you
turning the ball over more than
he said. Who's better?
TJ or JJ?
Oh, between TJ and JJ.
Career.
He's
unfucking believable. Y'all forget.
TJ is on track. I mean, as far as like individual numbers, he's on track to having a better career.
JJ wasn't believable though.
JJ Watt was crazy shit.
Toby, you quiet? You got any thoughts on that, TJ or JJ?
I mean, I think it's a solid argument, like Daryl was saying, because I mean, what TJ does, JJ was doing crazy shit. TJ does crazy shit, and in the clutch, and I don't think JJ has a ring, so they both don't got rings yet. And we'll see, what happened with the Steelers. I said they could do something this year. Defensive player of the year. TJ has been robbed like multiple times. Like, let's be real. What's going on? They don't want to give it to him because they don't want him to threaten his brother.
Aaron Donald, the greatest defensive players of our generation.
I mean, but I'm saying TJ has a good argument, and he could do it if he gets to the playoffs and we get to the bowl and he's doing it in this situation. I'm just saying he's really unstoppable he's really unstoppable. He makes a play every game. And I mean, JJ, JJ got it right now, though. I'll say that, but I don't. I think it's a argument for him to he can get there. Definitely.
TJ got to 100 sacks quicker than JJ and still got more years left.
JJ line up. And outside.
All right, let me just go to Jeff. Jeff said Tomlin 13-4 after the bye. And we got Jeff wearing a zoot suit in this picture. Anyway, and 7 straight after the bye. We appreciate that. So my thought, I had to watch this game with a lot of hate. You know, I was watching it, but still, we wound up getting the dub. It was touch and go the first half. I knew we were coming along. The defense, well, first of all, I ain't gonna lie. Neighbors was kind of giving to Joey Porter a little bit. You know what I mean? But it was a lot of plays that were called back, stuff like that.
It was both fighting back and forth.
Yeah.
Oh, no,
But
bro, just to your point to that, Daryl, do you still think he's just one trick?
Who?
Neighbors?
I never said he was a one trick. He one trick on.
No?
I fuck with Neighbors. Neighbors tough. He a dog.
I
never said he was one trick on.
Nah. I think early they used him as one trick. But I said in the chat, they ball called a hell of a game. I ain't gonna lie, but that just shows that we can even overcome that. Russ is playing well. It's just his. I think it's more his decision making when it comes to certain plays and stuff like that. I think Justin, still learning with it, but Justin did his thing before too, so I can't be upset about that either. But now I feel like the receivers are getting better. Van Jefferson's playing well, and I said in the chat also. All of a sudden, motherfucking Najee running faster. Oh, what the fuck? Najee now
3 straight 100-yard games.
Yeah. I'm saying.
He was always nice.
I feel like with Justin, they loaded the box more, so it was harder to run. Now with Russ, they got to respect the deep ball, so it gives them more options. And the play action is hitting now. Like they got to respect the play action and
yeah, that's what that shit is. Yeah, that's what that shit is. That play action is opening everything up for him. It's giving him, why? I mean, I think they don't play them like you gotta blitz that motherfucker. You feel me? You gotta blitz the shit out of him. Blitz.
You gotta make Russ move because he had a turnover when he tried to run. He thought he was Justin Fields at one point.
You gotta blitz his ass. You feel me? You get him off his spot, play action or not. He don't got it. You know what I'm saying? And that's the only thing that I worry about because somebody gonna figure that out and somebody gonna expose it and it's gonna come at the wrong time.
But don't worry. We'll be to cook y'all December 15th in Philly, so don't worry about it.
Well, don't worry. We should all be at that game.
I'm trying to go to.
I hope we should get that, situated. So let's make sure we make that a priority in the chat. You feel me? Because we all need to be at the game.
Well, let me go to the next subject. Sunday night.
Hold up. Can I add one more thing real quick, Mike? Yeah. I think if Russell, I understand everything about Justin Fields, and he was 4-2, but we did lose to the Colts, and we did lose to the Cowboys, 2 teams that I think we are better than. And if we had Russell Wilson in those games, I believe we win those games because both games we had a lot of turnovers that we didn't turn into touchdowns that game. That's all I want to say. Good.
All right, good stuff. Sunday Night Football. I ain't doing shit. All right, listen. Sunday Night Football. We got we had the Niners and the Cowboys, and a predictable game for me. But the Niners did wind up having a great third quarter. Cowboys never were able to bounce back. Let's bring it to the NFC East guy, Jordan here. Your thoughts on the Niners Cowboys game?
I mean, it was what I expected. The Cowboys are not good. You know what I'm saying? And that's just what it really boils down to. And I'm gonna be keeping it real because I was sitting here telling Toby this shit too before we even started. I actually feel bad for Dak Prescott.
Me too.
He does make some bad plays. He makes some bonehead decisions, but he's out there really trying with nothing. The play calling is I'm not gonna say the play calling is ass, but they don't have all the tools to be that creative. They don't have the run game. The offensive line is not as good as it used to be. And they really only have CD on the perimeter. And they're putting it all on Dak because they gave him $60 million. They put it all on CD, and it's you can't win in the NFL that way. And that's it's proven this. They've had a lot of injuries on defense, but them niggas wasn't injured week 1, week 2 when they was getting busted up. You feel me? So, like, I actually kind of feel bad for Dak. It's always fuck the Cowboys, but I kind of feel bad for Dak in that sense. The 49ers, they're not getting necessarily. They didn't even look that. I mean, I don't even think they looked that great. I mean, if the Dallas wasn't so shitty, somebody else might have been in that game and beat them.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So, like, the 49ers got hit with a lot of injuries. That's going to hurt them. Jennings is coming back, I think. Kittle had a great game. They said Christian McCaffrey might be back next week or the week after.
Yeah, the bye.
Um,
Yeah.
but
Week
after
10.
the bye, okay, yeah. So and then Debo, but he could get hurt for the game start. So you know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like, and I said it before. Even I said it. Like, I thought their window closed.
I said
I
that.
thought I
Yeah,
thought that shit was cooked.
it's cooked. It's cooked.
And like, I'm not going to say it's different when you don't have all your tools available to you, because you know what I'm saying.
Mm.
But it's just not their window is definitely cooked, and the Cowboys are cooked. And I mean, when you look at all the teams that people said, they're gonna do this, they're gonna do that. All them teams this year ain't this shit.
Yeah, including the Eagles, right? No, but Daryl, your thoughts on the Niners Cowboys?
Fuck out of
Yeah,
here.
man. Yeah, man. Very predictable game. I feel like this game has happened at least 3 or 4 times already. Like, it's either Cowboys go to San Fran and lose, or San Fran goes to Cowboys and Cowboys lose. So
Mhm.
then didn't really expect too much of a difference there. Never thought the Cowboys had a chance to win. Just the same story, typical turnovers from Dak, and then just their roster not being good enough to compete. Damn, where everybody go?
Damn, hold
Yeah.
on. Keep talking. The show's still live. Keep going.
Yeah. So yeah, just a typical Cowboys game. They never really had them as a true serious threat as far as winning this game. And yeah, they just gotta lie in the bed that they made, because again, all season it was all talks about, oh, we're all in, gonna make these moves. It's just really Dak and CD, and then everyone else. Defense playing less than they did last year, because again, they can't rely on turnovers, so they just getting cooked every week. Diggs, he's getting cooked, getting back and forth with reporters more than back and forth with receivers or during the game. So that's kind of crazy there. But as far as the Niners, it's been plug and play with them. Like the rookie Pearsall, he stepped up and made some plays.
Yeah.
I think he's going to step up and make some plays going forward with Ayuk out. With Jennings, they miss Jennings, but he's going to come back. He has a connection with Purdy, so that's going to work as well. And as far as the running back, again, it's still plug and play. Like the bull Guriendo, he came in almost at 100 yards again. So yeah, and they still, there's a lot of talks about McCaffrey coming back week 10. So I definitely want to see them challenge against a better team going forward, to see what the true Niners are right now. I don't think they're in that top echelon of NFC teams this year, just based on what they had been through injury wise. But I still feel like they can make some moves, but they got some things to worry about, which I'll kind of touch base in the next topic as far as their division. It's not going to be just a walk away this year, just based on a couple other teams in that division. But I like what they saw. They took care of business against the Cowboys, and yeah, just need to see what they do against a better team going forward.
Yeah, I kind of agree with a lot of what you said. But part of the Cowboys, start with them. The Cowboys been cooked for a long time. The Cowboys were starting Ezekiel all the way. He's been washed for a long time. On a bad old line. So you're starting an old running back who got a lot of miles with a horrible offensive line. I think that's a problem. Jerry, the whole all-in thing, he screwed them. So they're cooked, but they're also bad for like years to come. Dak ain't going nowhere. They just gave him the money right now. So nobody will ever get rid of Dak. And Dak is not a winning quarterback. But on top of that, how you get somebody else in there? And then Jerry's still the GM. Like Dak gonna sit there on this contract and be mid for the next 3 to 4 years and get talked about throughout the country. But he'll get his money at least or whatever like that. But they're not going nowhere. I don't think they even had a window, but if they had a window, that shit is definitely close. And CD, I feel bad for CD too, by the way. CD, a young receiver, and he's gonna be stuck there for years to come as well. So
the same situation with a team we'll talk about later with the Bengals. Like you pay your receiver, you paid your quarterback, but now the only chance you got is improvement. You got to hit on your draft picks because you can't do much in free agency. So you're gonna be stuck in this mud until their contract's up.
That's why another game I want to talk about, like Harry Roseman. I don't know how the fuck he doing it. He paying every fucking body.
Find the money under the couch and everything.
This nigga fucking, I don't know what the fuck. You paying running backs that nobody else want to pay. You paying 2 good receivers. He's paying a quarterback all this money. I don't know. I don't know what the fuck. But anyway, Niners. Yeah, Pearsall gonna be nice, yo. He's fast. He got a second gear. He came off that gunshot wound, so kudos to him. He's nice. So, and Juwan coming back. He was out last week. He'll be back after the bye. CMC will be back after the bye. Debo, he only had a little rib injury. He'll be back good after the bye. I mean, I ain't going to sleep on him, to be honest with you. And the more weapons Purdy got, the better he'll play. And we still got Kyle who could dial it up at any time. So, I still think Fred is probably the best in his position in football, man, for the last few years. Man. He's like
play,
TJ for linebackers, bro.
Play. Exactly. I'm about to say.
Yeah. He every single game. Trent's still Trent, so I can't sleep on him. However, we'll get to the next one, like you said, but I'm not picking him to win division anymore. But I'm not going to sleep on him either.
Only thing I say that is because there's 2 other teams that got wins, which again I'll talk about. There's 2 other teams that got wins over them in the division already, so they got some work to do.
Well, the show must go on. Jordan and Daryl, Jordan and Toby might not make it back because they're having some, let's say, technical difficulties right now. But the show must go on. Huh?
We'll hold it
down. Rams and Vikings, Daryl. Me and you. Rams beat the Vikings. Was it 30-20? I believe the other day. Vikings, Rams did get healthy. They got both of the receivers back in the same day. Not sure who saw that coming. They wound up showing what their offense could do where everybody's healthy. Also, the Vikings, though, they started out 5-0, I believe, right? And I think 5-2 or 3 now. 5-3, I believe.
5-2.
5-2. So I don't know, man. Like, was the first 5 games just like a mirage, or what's going on with them? So let's talk about that Rams and Vikings. What are your thoughts on that game in both teams?
With the Rams, they saved their season with getting healthy and playing well this game. Because again, there was a lot of talks about Coop getting traded, even Stafford getting traded as well. But they quiet all that down with getting their core back and playing well this game. I feel like they always will be competitive if they got Cooper, Kupp, Nakua, Kyron, Stafford, McVay. If they got that 5 core that's like on the offense, either with the playmakers and the play caller, they're always going to be competitive. Again, they needed a lot more to be like a serious threat to win the NFC, but they'll be competitive just with what they have there. The defense, other than giving up 41 points to the Cardinals earlier this year, they've been playing pretty decent. So they got a defense that they can rely on, hold the other team to about maybe 20 to 24 points. And again, just let that offense cook. So definitely like what I saw. And this is why I kind of questioned about the Niners going forward, because again, Rams and Cardinals had wins over the Niners. Both are playing with confidence. This is not going to be a year again with that in that division where they just hand the division to the Niners. Again, I'm not saying the Cardinals and Rams is going to win, but I think it's going to be competitive. They already got wins over the Niners, and I feel like they're going to give them a run for their money. And because of what I saw this week, Seahawks, I feel like is the worst team in that division. Nothing to worry about there. But I feel like the Rams, they kind of changed the whole trajectory of their season by playing how they played this week. For the Vikings, I feel like they got up early and they started to play down to their competition. I feel like they may have been feeling themselves a little bit too much, starting 5-0, and then losing back to back. I do feel like they need another receiver to step up after Justin Jefferson. I'm not sure why Addison's having a slow year, not on the same page with Darnold. He's still waiting for Hockenson to get back as well, but I feel like they need another receiving threat. Aaron Jones, he's been playing well up until this game, but they need another threat on the offensive side. But the defense, they've been playing well all year. But again, I feel like they just played down to their competition this week on a short week. They still in good position to battle out the Lions and Packers for that division. Right now, I got the Lions on the edge for that. Packers, I mean, Jordan Love, he can't stay healthy, so we gotta keep an eye out on that. But they still in good position. They could have capitalized on they start by playing better these last two games, but because of how they started the season, they still in good position going forward.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I think the Vikings are done. I don't think they're gonna make the playoffs at this point, bro. And I know it's only 2 games, but I think the Packers and the Lions are a much better team in the North. Even them and the Bears, I feel like they're a little bit better than the Bears. I feel like that they do need more weapons. I feel like that people are the defensive coordinator with the Vikings DC Flores. I think that he he's still good, but I think people are catching up with him. And let me bring these guys in while I finish my thoughts.
Are they back?
Yeah, the nigga paid the cable bill and shit's really good now. so anyway, and who was we? Vikings and Rams. Yeah, let me get to the Rams. Rams, man, listen, I'm picking them now to win a division. I haven't put a ticket on them because they, it's a good bet because they're lower. But with everybody there, man, it's gonna be hard to stop. Williams scored TD almost every game. You forget about him. Then they got Puka and Cup, and you got McVay. So I'm excited about that division right there. I know the Seahawks are up and down. We'll get to them too, but I feel like the Rams and the Niners will come down to them. I like the Rams, but
real quick, some people in this show that was hating on the Cardinals. They first place in that division right now, so I'm just want to put that out there.
That's true, and their defense got a little bit better too. I feel like that. Jordan, bro, Vikings and Rams we talk about, man. What are your thoughts on that?
I mean, I thought that was a really good game. It was cool I think the Rams are going to be a problem, man. Like, Matt Stafford is a problem. They got those 2 receivers and Kyron. And when they can run the ball, they can do whatever they want to do. Matt Stafford can do whatever it is that he wants to do to anybody.
Mm-hmm.
And if they can get healthier, they're going to be a problem if they get to the playoffs against anybody. Because who got 2 DBs to cover the both of them? Nobody.
Yeah. Agreed.
So, as far as like the Vikings, I still think they're a really good team. I think they got a little bit cheated at the end. I think the defense has shown that they can be exposed through the air recently, and they need to get that together. And they might need to make a move for a piece in the secondary or something like that, because the last couple of games.
Okay, Toby, your thoughts on the Vikings and Rams? Toby.
Oh, they probably going through it with Wi-Fi again.
This is fucking, I don't know. Anyway, all right, we're going to move forward, man. He gave his thoughts on that. It's going to be our most jankiest show because the boy got bad Wi-Fi or he making deals with his cable provider. What the fuck Anyway, next we're going to go to, damn, he's not here for it. Eagles and Bengals, man. That was the next topic, man. But hopefully he gets back. Let me remove Toby. He look crazy right there. Just frozen and shit. Eagles and Bengals, man. So, Bengals showed the defense to me being what they are. Eagles did exploit that. They did what they're supposed to do. They beat us on the game with a bad defense. I thought they would. Your thoughts on the game, Toby?
Yeah, well, before this game, I made my pick with thinking T. Higgins would be healthy and be able to make a difference, but ended up not being the case. I'm sorry with the Bengals. Like, we're really seeing the result of a team not capitalizing on their Super Bowl window. Like, since they made the Super Bowl, they didn't do anything to improve their chances of winning. They just lost more than they gained. Like, we're seeing right now, again, every week, this is glaring how the loss of Mixon is affecting this team, just compared to how their Bengals are playing and what Mixon is doing for the Texans. They definitely underestimated that loss. And for this to be the last year with Higgins and to have this roster that just does not capitalize on what you have. And going forward, just like we talked about with the Cowboys. Yeah, the Cowboys. Again, you have a quarterback and a receiver on a high contract, and you got to find a way to win with it. Again, the only way they can turn things around is they hit them late drafts, which really they haven't proven as much over the last years. So it's going to be hard to build around Burrow and Chase after paying them, and their future is not looking good, which is a good sign for the Steelers. But as far as the Eagles, they play complementary football this game. Offense took care of the football and scored. Defense got stops and gave the ball back to the offense. So this is a good game. Also a good game from Hurts. No turnovers. Got the ball where it needed to be. Still just eating up Saquon's would-be touchdowns, just taking them away from him. So that's kind of crazy. But as far as just the overall Eagles, I need to see them continue to play well against these bad teams. I was looking at their schedule. I think they got the Giants. No, they got the Jaguars and Cowboys coming up. Like I said, I need to see them continuing to take care of business and not struggle against these bad teams. The next test they got is against the Commanders in November 14th. So that's their like true next test as far as like a contender that I want to see, and then possibly could be as far as division lead. Might be division lead. Whoever wins that game be at first place. So that's the next thing I want to see with the Eagles, just continuing to take care of business against bad teams and just getting ready and staying healthy for that next test coming up.
Yes, I'm the opposite. I feel like I want to see them against a good team. I feel like they're good enough on with the roster they have. We talked about it earlier. They spent a lot of money on receivers and a running back and a quarterback. They're good enough to be able to beat up on bad teams, especially offensively. And those teams can't really. Well, the Bengals could, but not make it up on the defensive side. They can't make the Eagles play defense either, like the Giants. They're gonna be not Giants, Jaguars. I mean, we'll see about that. But I feel like I want to see them against a good balanced team. I think Washington has a good defense and they got a good offense. They got weapons. I feel like that's gonna be a good one. And we'll see down the line because Eagles go with championship money they spent. So we gotta see what they do against the other team because seeing them against these type of teams that are not that great. Like, let's be clear, the Bengals have a name with Super Bowl years ago, but they're fucking 3-5 or some shit like that. Like, they're not a good team. Like, so I think that I know you and Toby about to pick them off of star power or whatever.
It was Higgins healthy. If Higgins wasn't healthy, I would with the Eagles.
Just watching this season, they're not a good team, and their defense is really, really bad, right? So I feel like that they want to beat the Detroits of the world down the line. Even if the Love and them, if they stay healthy, like we got to see how they can do against them. But got to play on your schedule. It's a good win. The bad thing about the Eagles is that, for me, if I was an Eagles fan, is that the more they win and stay kind of as a good record playoff team, the more chance they keep Sirianni. And I don't think he's a good coach. So my problem is that they're in this catch-22 area because it's like, I want to win.
Just enough to keep his job. But not
right. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So I don't know what he does. And I feel like that he's a Jag. He's just a guy. He's not a great coach. He's just a dude. So I feel like that, this year, if he gets him to the playoffs, wins a game, he'll keep his job. You know what I'm saying? Yep. And that's going to be it. So I feel like that it buys him another year, put it like that. So I wouldn't be too happy about that. Like, not to switch subjects, but one thing about the Lakers, we get them up out of there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The coaches.
You got a year leash.
Right.
If you don't prove it, you gone.
You're gone. You know what I'm saying? So, and I feel like that sometimes as coaches, they get too long. But moving on forward, man, to the next subject was Browns and the Ravens. I would never have the Browns on this show, except for they shocked the world. And they beat the Ravens, making us the King of the North, as we are right now. I should have brought my King of the North Game of Thrones show. But anyway, making us the King of the North. And something like that. But we did see what I thought was in the weeks leading up, they keep having these games, the Ravens, to me. Like, we think, okay, they're looking great, unbeatable, solid, good offense. All of a sudden they lose. They got 3 losses now. That's a lot of losses, you know what I mean? Yep. And the AFC, as far as playoffs are concerned, like at this point, they might have wrapped up the Chiefs might have wrapped up the whole home field already. Stuff like that. Yep. They're 3 they're only 3.5 games ahead of Baltimore because they beat Baltimore. So they're 3.5 games ahead of Baltimore for the AFC. That's over. It's a wrap. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I feel like that the Ravens aren't doing themselves any favors if they're trying to go to the Super Bowl. If they got to go to Arrowhead, and what's they have to do to try to go to the Super Bowl? What's your thoughts on the game though, and the Ravens?
Yeah, with the Ravens, always look at one thing with the Ravens. Did they stay with the run? Yes or no? And they had a few weeks before this game. They had a few weeks where consecutively they did, but this game, no. 11 carries for Henry, 38 throws for Lamar. That's not their recipe to win. Like, I'm not sure why. Like, this is consistent. This is a consistent issue with them. Like, you have Derrick Henry like as a as a runner. Like, you're the Baltimore Ravens. You're a run first team. Why don't you stay with the run? Only reason is you pay Lamar and you want him to be a superstar. But even with that, you've shown over the last few weeks where if you stay with the run, you dominate teams. So it's just kind of confusing why they don't stick with the run no matter what. Even with 11 carries, Derrick Henry almost had 100 yards. 73 yards and a touchdown. So it's not like he wasn't playing bad. So yeah, it's just confusing.
And they were never out of the game to throw the ball.
Exactly.
Close game the whole time. So
I'm not sure. Maybe they were playing down to the opponent. They just wanted to maybe relax and just be carefree. But it's just confusing. And also another thing, the defense is still giving up plays, and this is a new thing with the Ravens. Like we've as far as the Ravens being a rival to the Steelers, the Ravens defense has never really been their weakest part of the team, and that's the case this year. Their defense could be had, especially in the secondary. If you got receivers that can get open and make plays, that's going to create problems for them all game. So. And that's good for the Steelers. But the biggest thing with the Ravens is it's a good sign that they just don't want to stay with the run for whatever reason. Again, it's just having Derrick Henry in that backfield. Like, I just don't see why you just hand him the ball majority of the time and then make throws and make plays when you need to. So that's my thing with the Ravens. The Browns, I never want to spend too much on them. But shout out to Jameis coming in, making plays, 3 touchdowns to get the win. It's good to see Chubb back too. But again, at the end of the day, Browns are the Browns. That's all they'll ever be. But they did get the job done and get us in first place. So I'm happy about that for sure.
All right. Well, since Toby came back by, so welcome everybody to Steelers Radio over here. But Toby, we're talking about how the Browns shocked the world and beat the Ravens, giving us the lead in the division. What are your thoughts on that game?
It's crazy. The Ravens lost to the Raiders too, so their losses to the Raiders and the Browns has been like probably 2 of the most shocking losses of the season so far. But Jameis came in and he gave a different offense, a different dynamic, I guess, to Cleveland offense. Deshaun Watson has been that terrible. He was that bad for them, and God bless him and his injury, but he was that bad for them. Jameis threw that last second touchdown. And I heard Daryl talking about how they don't want to stick to the run. Is a story is an old story. This is what they do. They want to prove something with Lamar. I don't know why they do that, but I'm happy they do that. I have no problem with that. I want them to continue doing that, especially in the playoffs if they play against us. And I'll root for Lamar. Not even gonna lie, to beat Patrick Mahomes if it came down to it, because I don't want Patty to get 3 in a row. That's kind of crazy. So I'll root for Lamar, but I wouldn't be surprised if these guys just try to put in Lamar hand. You have Derrick Henry. You got to ride his. Hopefully we'll probably hope that they're saving him. They're saving him some carries for later on. That's why they're not doing this. But knowing them, when it comes down to it, they're going to try to put the ball in Lamar's hand. Not saying Lamar can't do it, but he hasn't shown that he could do it. And, this is why they got, Derrick Henry. So I'm happy they lost. Steelers on top. That's all I care about. And that's all I got to say about that, man. Steelers Nation.
Ravens, man. I talked about it a little bit before Toby got back, but I agree with y'all. They got to be consistent. Let D. Henry get at least 20 carries every game. I don't know why not, but they also got Hill. Hill ain't bad either. If they want to save Henry, so I don't know. I don't really understand it too much. Harbaugh might be overthinking it, I guess. Sometimes he did the same thing in the championship game against the Chiefs last year, and I feel like that the Chiefs defense is better than last year. So if they play them, I don't know, man. So we're gonna see. But for Jameis though, when he come in and play, he plays, bro. Same thing for New Orleans, same thing now. You know what I mean? And he's a quality NFL quarterback. You know what I mean? He's better than what Deshaun was. So Deshaun got his money, God bless him. But you know what I mean? It's you know, I mean, I guess open the playbook up because James is playing a little bit, like you know, right now. So I was pick him up. Did I pick him up? I don't know, but
he would put crazy. He would put up crazy numbers with the Bucks, like as far as yards and touchdowns. But it just the decision making will always be his Achilles heel. Like if he's making good decisions, he's a good quarterback.
Yeah. I mean,
he's gonna make some bad decisions, and that's what I'm happy about.
Exactly.
He's just not that guy when it comes down to it, but he's better than Deshaun, and just because Deshaun was that bad, but
that bad, bro. So I think he might be out of his misery by getting hurt. Honestly, Deshaun, so he can go off and to the sideline with his money, get some massages.
We're like, look at this football shit, dog. He's sad, bro.
You know you're gonna get some massages, bro. Come on now.
Yeah, for sure. You're going back to the old usual.
Just with some NDAs to sign. That's all.
Hell yeah.
But anyway, NFC South, man. Falcons Bucks had a game, and again the Falcons beat them again. Kirk Chains had 4 touchdowns this time, 5 the first time, but it did want to be a good game even without the Bucks receivers. So Toby, any thoughts on the Falcons and the Bucks, man?
I don't got too much to say about the game. I'm not gonna lie, I missed this game. But I'll say that I feel like it's gonna be between them two. I always felt like it's gonna be between them two when it came down to it. And I actually put, money on the Falcons to win that division. And with the injuries that the Tampa Bay Buccaneers have, but that's going in my favor right now. But Baker has been a turnover machine. I don't know his turnovers the last 2 games. I mean, for the season, my bad, but the last 2 games he's had at least 2 picks every game. So he's been a turnover machine, even when they had his 2 elite receivers. So he hasn't been great this season. It's limited at quarterback. So he's he still puts up numbers, a good amount, decent amount of numbers. And the Falcons, I mean, I think the Falcons already beat them. They basically swept Tampa Bay, and they got the tiebreaker. If you really think about it, because they beat them in the Dome, I think. Right?
Mm-hmm.
In Atlanta, and then they went to go beat them in Tampa Bay. So they got the sweep. So that's very good for Kirk. Kirk is doing good things. Kirk is showing that he's a solid quarterback. He could lead some winning teams. Doing good with the weapons they had there. I don't remember who they had at quarterback last year. Their names don't matter. He's even coming off his injury right now, he's doing good. He's actually having maybe a better season than A-Rod. I don't know. Maybe people will argue maybe he has better weapons. I don't know. Their weapons might be kind of equal, but he's doing good right now. So shout out to the Falcons.
Let me get Daryl, hold on one second. Let me get Jordan back in here. Hopefully you solid this time, bro. We were talking about the Falcons and Bucks, man.
Long night. I don't know what's going on.
It's one of them nights, man. But next week we'll be back on point.
We were supposed to actually really necessarily not have the show because of what happened this morning. I don't know, but it's all right.
It's all good. We got it. We got through it. We'll get through it. Next week we'll be back on point. Jeff will be back. Everybody be good. But Jordan, Falcons and Bucks we're talking about. Your thoughts on that game?
Yeah, that was the Thursday night game.
Yeah.
Right?
Was it?
No,
they play a Sunday.
They play Sunday. Yeah, damn, because they played so quick. They played
they played Thursday like 3 weeks ago.
Okay, all right. So I mean, Baker, they were somewhat in the game late without their receivers, which was pretty impressive. Cade Otton had 2 touchdowns. He had a really good game. With their 2 receivers, I think they could be a contender. He does turn the ball over a little bit more than he did last year, but I think he always makes up for it. And I think he's becoming more of a playmaker. And he's using his legs a lot this year, which is what I like. I think they need to be more consistent with running the ball, and their defense is Swiss cheese. So they're going to have to win shootouts every game because the Falcons lit their asses up again. You feel me? Kyle Pitts is finally showing people why he was a top 5 pick. All this man needed was a quarterback. I'm so happy for him. I'm happy for Drake London because both of their careers could have been going down the same path if they didn't get a real fucking quarterback. So I'm happy for them too. It does hurt Bijan, but that's not my problem anymore.
So you think they were smart for starting Kirk? Paying Kirk over the rookie that they got.
Yeah. I mean, I don't see any. I don't. Kirk hasn't played shitty. Kirk hasn't
No,
been shitty.
I know.
Yeah. I don't.
So
Yeah.
how
I
long?
don't.
How long till the what's the name they got? Michael Penix, whatever the name is. No.
Until my body can't. Until Kirk can't wake up and throw the ball anymore.
Oh
Shit.
wow.
I mean,
Okay. All right, Daryl,
shit.
your thoughts on
They
Falcons and
paid
Bucks,
that
bro?
motherfucker.
They did.
True. Yeah, my thoughts. I mean, for the Falcons, Kirk just owns this team. I
Did
don't know
Tatum
about
just get hurt? Oh shit.
Did he?
Sorry, guys.
damn.
No, you good.
It's
Yeah,
good.
Kirk owns the Bucks. Like nine, like you said, 9 touchdowns in like 3 weeks. Just getting everybody involved. Pitts got involved on National Tight Ends Day. Speaking of that, I'm celebrating that every year
Oh
now,
yeah, shouts out. Yeah,
based on the day that I had. Like I appreciated that for all the tight ends getting that work done. But yeah, I mean, it's not too much really to take away from this game. Like just the Falcons, they're gonna win this division just due to the injuries that the Saints and Bucks had. I always said the Bucks defense is going to, even when they were healthy, the Bucks defense is going to limit them because they just can't get stops. They can't stop teams from scoring. Gave up 30 points again to the Falcons after having film on them a couple weeks prior. So that's just a situation with that division. Whoever wins that division, again, I said it before, they going home after week 1 of the playoffs. Just I don't see them beating whoever they play. I mean,
you don't think Tampa could beat Detroit?
Tampa.
Fully
No.
loaded, and it'd be a
no.
shootout.
They can't stop. Detroit scored 40 points on them easily.
Yeah, but they have scored 35 on them motherfuckers.
Wait, go ahead. Toby, your thoughts?
That's still a win, but yeah,
Tampa actually beat Detroit earlier this season. I think in
that's
Detroit.
true. I forgot. Yeah, that is true.
But Tampa is injured, so they don't really have the same weapons as before. But they did beat them. I think it was like 2017, close game.
Yeah. My thoughts. Yeah, I forgot I had Chris. Yeah, I lost Chris Godwin. Yeah, see. Anyway, but for see my team, I lost Chris Godwin. I'm so hurt because of that. But Falcons gonna be the playoffs. We're gonna see how they're gonna be in the first round when they get there. I think Kirk, he had a bad game last week though. Hold on 1 second. I should get a small gift there. Or something National Tight Ends Day. Something like that.
Oh yeah.
Jeff always trying to get something out of somebody,
Jeff.
bro.
What's your favorite drink? I got you, bro.
Look, there you go.
Got you, bro.
Damn.
Right? This nigga here, right?
He ain't winning a lot on niggas like damn.
The fuck? This nigga Jeff, boy. But anyway, yeah. So I mean, not much to talk about, like y'all said, man. Falcons are the Falcons. Bucks are not gonna be great without their receivers. They're gonna throw the ball around, and they'll have receivers that can go make the play. So Baker will have more interceptions that he probably. I mean, he had some before, but he will have really a lot now. And we'll see how good Kirk can hold up. But I think the offense is coming together. You're right about Kyle Pitts. Y'all got him in another league. I think he's definitely cooking. Right now. So I feel like they're playing balanced football. Moving forward, the Jets. I brought this on here because the Jets, man, they lost 5 straight now, and I believe a couple people in this chat, especially Jeff over here, Jeff Jets, we're on the Jets hard when they got Devontae, but even Jordan was on the Jets too, or something like that. So I'm talking about the Jets.
Nah, it was me. Jordan was never on it was me. I had him going to AFC.
Oh no, it was down. Okay,
Yeah.
But okay, well this is good. You can start now. How they lose to the Patriots, man? 5 straight now,
bro. Just as a football fan, it's just depressing. Like just because I was kind of excited. That's true. Like just as a football fan, I was excited seeing Aaron Rodgers coming back healthy, being a top quarterback in the league, leading the team to the at least the playoffs at least. But this Jets are just the Jets. Like even no matter what, they're just it's kind of like the Browns. Simply, it's like this is going to be who they are, no matter what happens. Like again, I'm gonna keep saying it. Like firing Saleh was just not needed because you still have Saleh's entire staff still coaching that team. So and the defensive coordinator, their defense has played worse since firing Salah. So it just proves that the defensive coordinator was not prepared to be a head coach and still run the defense. They weren't prepared to fire Salah because they should have waited to the offseason, then fire him, then hire a new coach and pick a whole new staff and start fresh. But you still got Salah's people that he brought in leading this team, and there's no real difference there. So not sure what they try to accomplish with that. And just with the offense, I'm not sure what the issue is. You got Brees. Again, I'm still getting single digits fantasy wise with Brees as my number one pick, which is just crazy. I'm never picking. I'm never picking.
Huge parlay ban list.
I'm never picking a New York Jet in the top 2 rounds in fantasy ever again.
Last year, the Jets touching my ticket for the rest of the year ever.
Bro, last year I had Garrett Wilson. He failed me. Now Brees is failing me. So I'm not touching. I'm staying away from the Jets fantasy wise. But again, this is crazy. Like how much weapons they got on offense and just not able to make it done. I mean, they scored 22 points. But you feel like that would have been enough against a team like the Patriots, who is in rebuild mode with a rookie quarterback starting. And Drake May, I'm not sure how much he played. I think he got hurt this game. Because I'm seeing, yeah, he got hurt. Jacoby Brissett, that might have been the reason they just lost. If Drake May stayed in, they probably would have given him a better chance. But a veteran quarterback coming in, this is going to be a problem with them. Unfortunately, their defense is just not the same. Like Sauce, he ain't playing well. The defense, they're not getting stops that they used to last year, and I feel like it just all comes back to the ownership and the decision making. Like you had Salah, he was the needle mover for that defense. So they underestimated him, losing him, and how that would impact the defense. And now I don't know where they go now. It gets to a point where if they lose Thursday against the Texans, I mean, you got to think about maybe just sitting Rodgers for the rest of the year so he don't get hurt again. So, but that's crazy how you're there in that position.
It ain't sitting, nigga. It's hit the hay.
Yeah, right.
Go sit the fuck down.
I feel like he's gonna want to come back another year. He don't want to go out, like especially last year. He don't want to go out with the Achilles heel. He got to get one more year in just to prove it. I feel like he's gonna come back one more year with Devontae
right now. He got it.
Another comment.
They got
right.
That's true.
Right.
And the thing is, what I saw this, I think it was yesterday, a team, I think it was the Vikings. They traded for an offensive tackle. Like they traded for the Jags offensive tackle. That's rare. But the thing is, that's something the Jets should have done. Like if they had a GM that just wasn't trying to make splash decisions like firing Salah and bringing in Devontae. If they would have made a move for that Jags offensive tackle, that would have been a better situation for them. But they got too many holes to fill that's not going to. They can't fill those holes during the season. Unfortunately, this season is a wash for them. Already halfway into the year, and they just got a lot to figure out in the off season.
Toby, your thoughts on the Jets and the Pats came
from? Jets and Pats. Don't have much to say because I've seen mainly highlights of this game. The Jets have been, overall a disappointment this season. Jeff has his 3 teams, like we were saying earlier, the Saints. Who was it? The Saints,
the Jets, and the Raiders.
The Jets and the Raiders. I feel like it was another team. I don't know, man. Anyways, what do you call it? Aaron Rodgers. I mean, at first I gave him early, in the beginning of the season because of his injuries. See how he was doing. They won some games, but the last few weeks it's just been. I mean, they've been on this losing streak, losing to the Patriots. I mean, that's the dirt. Like this is an embarrassing loss for them. They've been an embarrassment all season. I don't agree with them firing their coach too. Like that didn't change anything at all. And I remember even like coming into the season and like from week 2, when I was like, oh yeah, we're gonna play the Jets eventually. I'm thinking, that's gonna be a tough game. And the way we just handled them, like they were like any other team in the second half. Like the Giants put up a better fight at that. So I don't think I picked them to go to the playoffs this season. So, but I didn't think they would be this bad. But yeah, like Aaron Rodgers, I don't agree with y'all saying that he should like sit out the rest of the game either. I think he should finish off the season. Try to see, how he can improve. and then try to come back next year because this is his Achilles injury season. He still has this another season to bounce back before he could really decide if he's going to retire or not. But overall, the Jets, disappointed. Folding team. They're just like another version of the Browns. They're if you go there, your career, say goodbye. Say goodbye to it. So.
Jordan, what are your thoughts on the Jets and what is the problem with them?
Yeah, so everybody is trying to follow the model, of what like the Denver Broncos did with Peyton Manning when he was old as dirt. Now, remind you, when he left the Colts, he actually had two great seasons with Denver before his play started to decline. And as his play started to decline, that team was built so well enough that at one point he had gotten benched. They put the backup in. Then he played the next game and they ran the ball, 60, 70, 30% of the time. And he made a little bit of throws. But you remember, he could barely throw the ball down the field.
Yeah, when
and
they
won. And they won a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
But that's because this team is not built like that.
Mm-mm.
It's not built like that. And it's the same shit with Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay was so well built when they had Tom Brady that all they needed was him.
Right.
This team needs more than him.
Yeah.
And they trying to put all this on him and he's not getting it done. Because there's plays that he missed against the Patriots.
Yep.
And it's on the film.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
So, like, even though the defense is not as good as they were last year, it's definitely not. You feel what I'm saying? And is that an indictment on Salah or the head coach? Who knows? You feel what I'm saying? I don't know what that's about. 'Cause that defense was stout last year, and if they had better offensive play last year, they would have been a better team. They were a better team last year.
Mm-hmm.
With
They were.
fucking Zach, you feel me? Even with Zach Wilson, it was fucking 2-7 with Zach Wilson at this point.
Well, without Devontae, you're right.
Without
Yeah.
Devontae, and Devontae was never the move that they needed to make.
Yep.
It didn't. It's just gonna add more. Man, listen, if this shit ends up like a Brooklyn Nets situation or some shit like that, you feel me? Like it's going to put a little stain on his career. I feel like, you feel me? Because
one season though.
I feel like it because you made this decision that you didn't want to play for Green Bay anymore. You feel what I'm saying? You drag that shit out. You feel me? You go to them. They basically give you the franchise. All the decisions are pretty much. I mean, I'm not gonna say he had anything to do with the solid firing, but you look at the players and clearly like this is because of Aaron Rodgers. You feel what I'm saying? They got Devontae Adams. They got Alan Lazard. They picked up Randall Cobb last year.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me? Come on, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like he wanted to have Mercedes Lewis on the team. That man 41 years old. Like you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like I feel like it is a little bit of an indictment. You feel me? Because you didn't deliver on your end of the bargain because you haven't played well. I know you got hurt the first year, but at the same time, it's going to be an indictment because one of all the decisions that they did for you, and two, you haven't lived up to it on the actual field. Yes. It would be different if he was sitting here throwing for 300 yards, 3 touchdowns, and they losing games. Like he's not doing that, and he's turning the ball over, and he looks old.
Yeah. So to me, you're correct. It's not Tom Brady to the Bucks. It's not Peyton Manning to the Broncos. It's more to me, Brett Favre to the Jets. When he was
I thought Brett Favre played better with the Jets than Aaron Rodgers is playing right now.
You're probably right. Yeah, he did.
Even when he played with the Vikings when he was old as shit.
Yeah, he did. He definitely did. But it's more to me similar to that than those two. Because you're right. I think Peyton was Offensive Player of the Year when he went to the Broncos.
50 touchdowns.
Yeah. Shout out to R.I.P. Thomas over there too. Or whatever him.
Mm-hmm.
But they had a squad. And Tom, Jameis was 30 for 30 with that team, but they had a good team, overall. So, this ain't that. And I think that it's the same old Jets. I think somebody said it in this chat, but same old Jets, man. They've been bad for 40 years. They can't get it together, man. I feel bad for the fans because they had so much, kind of spirit for this year or whatever like that. But it's over. You lose to the Pats in quarter 2 and 7, it is over. So at this point, they might want to. I don't know if it's shit Rodgers or just I don't know what their backup is right now. They're really in the back.
They got Tyrod. I mean,
might as well play Tyrod. I don't know. I mean, Rodgers ain't having a 300-yard game in 30 games right now, bro. Like it's a long time, bro.
That shit last year really fucked him up, and they're not gonna admit that shit, and they're not. He's never gonna really they're never 20 years from now when his documentary comes out, he's gonna be like, yeah, that fucked me up.
Yeah.
They got lucky this year too. Like that game against the Vikings, I'm still surprised his leg didn't snap on that one play. Like with this offensive line, like you gotta sit him so he stays healthy at least for the end of the year, so you start fresh next year.
If they sit that man and he sits for the rest of the year, bro, he only gonna get another year older. I don't see what the point is.
Unless you get a better old line, their old line is really bad. Because to your point,
especially with an old quarterback with a bad old line, that's a bad recipe.
Reese is a better running back than what he's putting up there, and I feel like the old line is a big part of it. You know what I mean? So it's a problem. But yeah, he definitely on a parlay ban list.
Like Kirk, he got hurt. He tore his Achilles after Rodgers, and he's playing better because I feel like he just got a better.
I was gonna say, but Kirk never. Aaron Rodgers moved around. You feel me? He moved. That's what made him special too. Like he could play from the pocket. Like niggas, he's Aaron Rodgers. You feel me? But what used to make him special is when shit wasn't there, he used to be able to create, and make plays, and do crazy shit. You feel me? Back in the day, like niggas was like, whoa, like what the fuck? You feel me? It used to be like that Patrick Mahomes vibe. Like, oh shit, like, and he's 40. He's 39, 40 years old. Like, this ain't. And then, it wasn't like Tom Brady was coming off an Achilles injury.
Right. Yeah, he was healthy. But
you feel me?
Yeah. And so was Peyton had a neck injury.
And Peyton had a neck injury, but you get hit, you get hit in the neck, you be all right. Get up. Your legs, your knee, I mean, your ankles and shit, that's probably what hard for QB. Yeah, your arms still work. Yeah.
Moving forward, man, let's finish the show up, man. First of all, 2-minute drill. We're going to get it to now. 30 seconds for each person to talk about each topic. We got 3 games left on there. I didn't even find room for the Raiders on this show because there's the Raiders, but they did lose to the Chiefs. We just want to make sure we know that they did lose as we thought they would to the Chiefs. But nevertheless, Daryl, Commanders, Bills, Bears, 30 seconds. Go.
Yeah, man. This was a low-scoring game. Battle against the top 2 quarterbacks chosen. Just came down to that last play, bro. Like that last play was just embarrassment as far as the Bears. He had the one ball on the sideline, just doing whatever during the play. I never saw that before. Like I never saw, especially. I mean, I can understand after the play. I can understand after the play, like celebrating.
You'd be rich.
Like, before the snap, and then like 10 seconds into the play, you still talking shit to the fans. And then you're the reason why the miracle happens by getting back into the play and then tipping the ball up for the touchdown. Like that was crazy. But yeah, shout out to the Commanders still winning. I'll keep winning.
Jordan on the Bears and Commanders, bro.
Yeah, man, I thought it was going to be a more high-scoring game. I wanted to see more electricity going with the 2 QBs, number 1, number 2 overall pick. But nonetheless, you feel me? It was a decent game. Yeah, that was an embarrassment from that defensive back from the Bears. He should get suspended, in my opinion, but they're not taking it that far. That was boneheaded as shit. If
he was on your team, how mad would you be?
I'd be pretty pissed off, bro. What are you doing?
I'd be mad as shit, bro.
So,
wow. Yeah. Toby, your thoughts on the Bears Commanders, bro?
That was a good game. I picked the Commanders to win that game, so I was pretty happy. I was pretty happy for them to get that Hail Mary at the end. It was a close game. I felt like the Commanders had opportunities at the end, especially in the fourth quarter, to put the game away, but they just couldn't really move the ball. But McDaniel's impressive. Caleb, he was all right. He did okay. But I think the team that was better overall on the day, if you watch the game, won the game, even though it came down to the last play. But a good game overall from 2 good QBs.
Yeah, I agree. Real quick on that game, Tyreek, he also the play before when they got the quick out, he was also doing the same shit when they got the yards to set up the Hail Mary. So I don't know what was happening with him and the fans, but definitely cost them that. I feel like, but Jaden, he's really good, bro. He's really really good. He's ahead of Caleb right now. Caleb can still catch up, but I feel like Jaden is definitely he feels like he's more of a veteran already. Like he's gonna be good, and the NFC East people should be scared. That's all I gotta say. Moving forward, Lions and Titans. Not much to say about this, but go ahead, Daryl. 30 seconds, go.
Yeah, man. Lions just continue to show their dominance. I mean, just 52 points. I was watching this game, kind of in and out. It just looked like it was too easy for them. Like just moving the ball at will. I mean, Jared Goff only had 15 throws. That's all they needed, and still had 3 touchdowns. And Jahmyr Gibbs and Montgomery, they the best 1-2 punch as far as running in the league. So yeah, they just show their dominance, and that's why again we'll get to the power rankings later.
Jordan, with the Lions.
Yeah, I mean, this was an all-out smash fest. The Titans stink. They should just tank. There's nothing too much to even say about this game. Detroit put up another 50 burger. Disrespectful. It was easy money. Everybody scored. Every player on the best player scored. Look at the box score.
I know.
You know what I mean? Amon-Ra, Laporta, Gibbs, Montgomery. They all scored.
Could have made money off one game. Toby, your thoughts on that game, real quick. 30 seconds.
30 seconds. The Lions, I mean, don't got to say much about this. Absolute domination, pure destruction. The Titans are an embarrassment of an organization. 52 points. It's been a while since I think, who put up 70? I think the Dolphins put up 70 on the Broncos. So, it's rare when you see these high scoring 52 and above points. When you see them, it's just like, wow, the team that really got destroyed must be really trash. And the Titans suck. So good dub for them. And impressive. The Lions are a threat and are probably the favorites right now coming out of the NFC.
Real quick, Lions were my Super Bowl pick from the beginning of the year. I'm sticking with them. They're playing good. They were a coach right now. They balance on both sides of the ball. They lost Aiden Hutchinson, but they're still playing well. And Goff don't got to do much to win games. So I feel good about that for my Super Bowl pick. Last but not least, Packers and Jags. I think Packers might win by 3. So Toby, I'm gonna start with you. 30 seconds on the Packers and Jags, bro.
Didn't see much of this game, but I expected the Packers to win, so I wasn't surprised by the results. The Jaguars have been bad this season. The difference between the Jaguars and the Titans that they're more competitive. They're both bad teams, but the Jaguars compete every game. What's the name of the Jaguars coach again?
Dougie P.
Dougie P. He's probably out of the job by the end of this season. I mean, 2 bad seasons in a row is pretty unacceptable. But good dub, and he's out of here at the end of the season.
Jordan.
Shout out to Evan Ingram for covering the ticket, cashing me out this Sunday. I would send you something, but that amount of money you probably spend on your fucking sunglasses or something. So. But other than that, I mean, who cared about this game, to be honest, bro? Jaguars suck. Jordan Love getting hurt. I don't know what's up with that. I don't know if he does need a little bit, do something different in the offseason with his lower body. I don't know. But that's not, going to happen. They can't keep trying to, be a consistent team and win games without him. So that has to, be corrected. And their defense needs to get a little bit better for them to be real contenders.
Daryl?
Yeah, with the Jags, man, they still showing fight. Like they not giving up on the coach. Like I said last week, they saved his job last week by getting the win, and they showed fight this week as well. Even with the Packers, who was playing well on defense, they still put up 27 points. But the Packers, I just don't trust Love staying healthy. I feel like they got lucky with him not having a season-ending injury against the Eagles' first game. Him coming back, starting to play well, but get hurt again. So Josh Jacobs, he's been playing well. Like they got the tools, but they just need their number one guy to stay healthy, which will remain a question throughout the year.
Shouts out to Malik Willis, yo. He keep winning games for them. You know, every time
he undefeated.
I mean, he undefeated, bro.
I hear you. He threw like 4 passes.
He might turn his career around getting out of Tennessee.
Nah,
he
threw like 6 passes.
But listen, he been holding his fort down for them. You know what I mean? So
LaFleur.
Anyway, you know, I agree with you about Love. We'll see what happens. Dougie P, I think they're gonna have to let him go regardless of the end of the season. I think they need some fresh noise up in there. Moving forward, man, we on to the part where, well, we're gonna switch this up. Instead of picking games, y'all got any TD locks that y'all like to do
touchdown locks? I had a lock of the week. So
what you got?
Overall,
What you got? Either way, what you got? Yeah.
I had Commanders -3.5 over the Giants. I feel like that spread should be much larger. But yeah, I feel like that's easy money right there.
Jordan, anything for you?
I know who damn sure is scoring next week.
Who that?
Saquon fucking Barkley.
Oh no,
not a Jalen Hurts.
I ain't trusting that.
Tush pushes, joke.
Nah, because
not with Jalen on the clock.
Because you know what I mean. That's because he know last week he took one away. Now this week we got.
That was supposed to be this week. He took like 2
prior.
The
week before that he ate. He got them tuds. You feel me? Nah, the week before that he got them tuds. You feel me? Because he had the Giants.
I'm almost ready to put Saquon on the parlay ban list, man.
You know what I mean?
Because I can't trust you.
Nah. See, now this week we got the Jaguars. Jaguars don't defend the run at all. Josh Jacobs had 2 tutties. What you think the Eagles going to do?
All right, let him get to the. Don't let him get stopped.
Listen, it's a Dougie P revenge game, man. Y'all fired that man. He might try to.
Man, fuck him.
I'm just saying. All right, man. Last but not least, we got the pick'ems. Last week, we got the results here from Jeff. Shout out to Jeff for doing the pick'ems. We appreciate you, bro. Last week, Daryl, looked like you were 1-2. You picked the Bears, Bills, and Bengals. Just like a usual 1-2. Just like
I ain't finishing last. I'm one game out of third place. So
Toby, you did have the Commanders. You had the Bills, and you had the Bengals too. Made you 2-1, bro. I don't know why you picked the Bengals, but you know, shoot. Jeff had the Bears, Bills, and Eagles. So he was 3-0, right? No, he was 2-1. And then me and Jordan also had the Bears, Bills, and Eagles, making us all 2-1 and stuff like that. So right now I'm 21-8. Jordan's 18-11, not catching up. Toby's tied with Jordan 18-11. Jeff 16-13, and Daryl 15-14. Where we at right now? So yeah, you are.
I'm back.
Huh?
To the comeback out of last place.
Just don't have a bad week, Mike. That's what I'm gonna tell you.
This week got Colts and Vikings, Lions, Packers, Patriots, Titans. And I'm gonna go first since Jordan think I'm following him or whatever. So I'm gonna go with the Vikings. I'm gonna stick with the Lions and the. That's actually not as hard, easy to say. But I'm gonna go with the Patriots though. So
I already put mine in the chat. Yeah, I got Vikes, Lions, Patriots. So
Jordan.
Yeah, I got Vikings, Lions. I'm actually gonna go with the Titans on this one.
All right, Toby. You're on mute.
I'm gonna go Vikings at the crib.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna go Packers at the crib.
Ooh.
And I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go Patriots.
All right, and Jeff, we need your picks in the chat too. But anyway, thank you all for watching. Thank you all for all the comments. Make sure you all like, comment, and subscribe. We'll be back next week with the full.
Sorry for the janky promoter shit.
Group, whatever. We'll have our Wi-Fi working good next week. Everybody be straight. But thank you all for watching. For that, for Toby, Jordan, and Daryl, we out. Peace.
Later.
Peace.